How you guys doing today? It's Mark with Extremeedgecustomkydex, and I wanted to do a side-by-side review on the Bear Grylls paracord knife and the compact fixed blade because simply I was asked to. Alright, so I'm going to start this off by saying this. This knife is identical to this knife. The only difference is that this one's serrations have been taken off and they didn't put the rubberized handle. Other than that, this knife is identical to this knife. The size, the weight, the material, the shape. I mean, they're both drop point designs. Both blades are just a shy bit over 3 inches in length. I mean, if I put this knife on top of that knife, they're identical all the way down to the bottom. Now, if I take this and put it on top of that one, you can see actually that hole lines up with this hole here, and that pommel lines up with that pommel. So essentially, they are the same knife minus the serrations. That being said, the second distinguishable difference between these is that it has beveled edges everywhere. So instead of being flush like this one is, there's no bevel here, and there's no bevel here. This is just flush. This one has the bevel there, and it actually runs through the whole knife on the back side of it. Oops, sorry. On the back side of it, it has this beveled edge here, so it's not so sharp, I guess, more ergonomical. As you can see, I wrapped mine with black paracord because orange is just too flashy. But it is essentially the same knife. They are the same size, and like I said, the only difference is that this one has the ergonomical Bear Grylls handle, this one has serrations, this one has beveled edges, no handle, and is a fine blade, which is better for a survival knife anyways, because really the only use that you're intended for serrations is for cutting rope. However, I found that this knife's serrations does a fairly good job at notching and making different parts for tying rope off to, doing traps. Now that being said, they did change the sheath on this knife as well. The original sheath was this, which I believe was a Chinese copy of a Timberline kydex sheath with a reversible clip. And since this came out as crappy as it did, and it doesn't really hold the knife very well, they came out with this one. Now, in the same sentiment, this knife's sheath, it seems to hold it pretty well, but I've had a lot of people ask me about making a kydex replacement sheath for this, which makes me want to think, like, mine's a day old, not even, it's a few hours old, this knife is, and that just makes me think that over time, it's just going to wear out, and it's not going to last. It's going to become essentially just as bad as this one does. So we do offer a line of kydex replacement sheaths for this. And as we do it, we can do it in two ways. We can use the clip that I normally use, that I like to use, the 2 o'clock clip, which is, I mean, it's the best option for being able to customize it after the fact. Or I can take these off, and we can use your original clip and mount it sideways on the sheath, so that way your sheath can be mounted scout style. Otherwise, it would sit on your body this way. Instead of being up or down, it would sit sideways on your belt instead of upwards or downwards or upwards. Also, I have metal clips and other things that I could attach to it to make the sheath attached to your person. However, they're not as nice as this. This comes out really, really well, and I mean, this clip fits inside of your standard Molly slot. It's reversible. It'll work upwards or downwards. It just has options where the metal clips, once they're in place, they're in place. Granted, you can use it for upwards or downward deployment and draw, but I mean, once they're there, they're there. You can't take them off. There's no customizability to the purchaser of the sheath. This allows you to take those two screws out and move this clip to either this side, flip it around, turn it upside down, however you want to do it. The options are there for you to do it with. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Try to get out there and get a gear review on the knife as well, and you know, put it through its paces to see how it stands up to its older brother there. But thanks for watching guys. Hopefully this informs and answers the questions you guys have rattling around in your heads about the paracord version of this same knife. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.